We are also delighted to have with us and extend a very warm welcome to Srimati Pooja Aravind, Sri Balasubramanyam's wife, to Aravind Balasubramanyam's father, Sri Balasubramanyam, to his mother, Hema Balasubramanyam, and also to his sister, Shruti. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you and will hand over the proceedings to Sri Aravind. Sairam.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my most humble pranams at the lotus feet of our beloved Swami. Dear Swami, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters. It is such a beautiful occasion when the devotees of the Lord gather to rejoice and relive the glories of the Lord. Because when we really sit and think deep and analyze, this is what is the truth. Everything else is illusory. In fact, Swami had said once in a discourse, all that appears as real to you are illusory. All that appears as illusory is the truth. In fact, in an interview to a lady, Swami showed her his palm and asked, what is there in this? That lady said, she thought Swami is about to materialize something. So she said, Swami, nothing is there in this. Swami turned to another lady seated there and asked, what is there in this? That lady folded her hands and said, Swami, everything is there in this. Swami told the first lady, yes, what you think as nothing has everything in it. And what you think as everything, actually nothing. That is the truth of life. And that is the truth that Swami wants to instill and inspire in us for us to practice every moment of our lives. When I was asked for a topic for today's talk, I gave it as Swami's vision and mission, the inconvenient truth. There is a reason why I felt inspired to choose these words. Because what is Swami's mission? Without naming the devotee, let me say a very well-to-do, influential devotee from across the seas. About in the 90s, he had come to visit Swami at Prashanthi Nilayam. He was in the veranda. Swami called him and Swami began to inquire from him about the personal sadhana that he is doing. What is the personal sadhana that he is doing? He folded his hand and humbly confessed to Swami. He said, Swami, I am not doing much personal sadhana. Because Swami, I am very busy. Swami asked, why are you busy? Swami, I am busy in Swami's mission. I am doing, that is what all of us we feel. Whenever we are having free time from our offices and workplace, we are busy doing Swami's work, Swami's mission. So he told, Swami, I am busy in Swami's mission. Swami immediately turned to the few students seated on the side and asked, he is busy in my mission. What is my mission? So Swami asked the students, what is my mission? They did not answer. Swami said, yes, tell me what is my mission. When Swami asks a question, it is not because he doesn't know the answer. It is so that we introspect. When Swami asks, what is your name? It is not because he doesn't know our name. It is because, once I remember a conversation where Swami came and asked, boy, what is your name? Swami knows. Where did you come from? Swami, you know. When did you come? Swami, you know. Fool, I know everything. Yesterday night you were praying, Swami is not speaking to me, so I am speaking to you and you are telling you know. If the cause for my questioning has to be in order to obtain information, I need not talk to any one of you. You are crying, you want me to speak to you, so I am finding some excuse. So don't come and give this jhuta Vedanta, Swami asked a primary school boy, where have you come from? I said, Swami, from you. Swami said, see this boy? He says, Swami se aaya. Swami is so proud. Swami is so happy. Next to the primary school block is the institute block. Hey, Swami liked this answer. You noted. Keep it in the mind. Swami comes. Boy, where did you come from? Swami, from you. Shut up, where did you come from? Swami, Bombay, Swami. All your conviction of having arrived from Swami vanishes the minute Swami puts on a stern expression. So at that time, if really you are convinced, however Swami may ask, the truth is, Swami, I have come from you. There is one thing in speaking, there is one thing in feeling. So when Swami asks a question, it is not because he wants an answer and he doesn't know the answer. It is in order to provoke introspection and provide us an answer. Provide us an opportunity of conversation with the Lord. And so Swami said, what is my mission? It is not as if, Swami, what is this? The founder of the Sri Sathya Sai Seva organizations, at the end, at such a stage, is coming and asking, what's my mission? Nobody answered. Then Swami said, looking at this devotee who said that he is not having time for personal sadhana because he is engaged in Swami's mission. He said, I am not a missionary, sir. I am not a missionary. If at all there is anything called my mission, it is this, to make each one of you realize your inherent divinity. That is my mission, Swami had said. And if we see Swami's physical life, if we see Swami's message, everywhere this is what Swami is trying to emphasize. This is what Swami emphasizes. He begins his discourse, the first few words of his discourse are this. He starts embodiments of love, Prema Swarupulara, Divyatma Swarupulara, embodiments of the divine soul, divine Atma. It is because, Swami Sathya Sai Baba, when they say Sathya is the first name, that is the truth. He sees everything as part of him. And that is why so naturally it comes. It's so difficult. It's so difficult for me to stand here and just tell Prema Swarupulara. It is so difficult for you to accept that this fellow is telling show off. That is what it is. Because until and unless that conviction is there in the heart, it will not be appreciated and perceived. It will just be a stunt. It will only be stunt. Swami will tell, stunt ra, it will only stunt. One Swami had asked the same thing again, primary school boy, had asked, how many brothers do you have? He said, Swami, one. Swami said, hey, all are brothers. How many sisters do you have? Swami, no sisters, Swami. Hey, all are sisters. How many friends? Swami, all are friends. No, God is your only friend. And again he crosses over this side, comes to an institute student. Hey, how many brothers do you have? Swami, all are brothers. Jhuta Vedanta. Will you give half property to him? Simply don't pick up the dialogue. What does it mean by the brotherhood of man and fatherhood of God? Enquire within. Because even in Swami's jokes, he would want everyone to realize this. One day in Trai Vrindavan, I remember it was a Trai session, all of us had gathered in, and Swami comes walking. The central hall door opens, Swami walks across the hall, enters the Jhula room. Swami is looking little, despondent and little sad. Heard of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna Vishada Yoga. Swami seems to be feeling little low. It's appearing like that. And the first thing Swami says is, boys, you believe Swami is God? Boys, is Swami God? What is this? Swami says, for the mansion of self-realization, the foundation is self-confidence, the walls are self-satisfaction, roof is self-sacrifice, and you build the mansion of self-realization. Foundation itself, self-confidence, Swami. So when Swami said, is Swami God? We all shouted, yes, Swami! Now a little began to to cheer up. We felt happy, yes. We're cheering up Swami. That means whatever Swami says is truth. Okay. Yes, Swami! We all shouted, yes, Swami. What group? Now Swami cheered up. We thought, okay, when we are low on confidence, Bhagawan gives us help. See, we are all standing up for him. When he was low on confidence, we were helped. The next statement Swami says, then listen to me, all of you are God. But yes, Swami, not there. Right? Just now you said Swami is God, whatever he tells is truth. And listen, I'm telling you, all of you are God. Same thing in discourse. He begins, Chidakasha, Bhutakasha. Make notes. We make notes because I can't understand. You go home and see. Towards the end, Swami will come, Seva, Bhajan. That time we keep stopping, not listen. It's interesting. Swami tells childhood stories, interesting. But every discourse you see, Swami begins with the truth. In fact, in Satyam Shivasundaram part 2, Kasturi Garu describes how Swami toured so many parts, so many villages in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh, whirlwind tour, some 500 villages in 300 days. That time, Kasturi even went to Swami and said, Swami, why give some new topic? Swami, same thing you are speaking. What shall I do? There is only one message to convey. But one message also you are not listening. In fact, during one Dasara, I think it was 2000 or 1999 or 2001, Swami came and said, I won't speak. I have spoken 80 years, what you heard? What will these 6 extra discourses make? It's not some... after that Swami has given many more discourses, but Swami every now and then would try to wake us up from our slumber and say that this is the message I am giving. That everyone, when Swami was asked, are you God? He said, yes, I am God, but if you that is what the media quotes and says, he says he is God. What does he think? He says he is God. But when Swami was asked, are you God? Swami's answer was not, I am God. Swami's answer was, I am God, and if you inquire who you are, you will realize you are also God. This next part is conveniently dropped. Because it's inconvenient. That's the inconvenient truth. Just see, if Swami had said, I am a saint, I am just a saint, and the Lord's grace is on me and I am doing all this. Yes, the whole world would have worshipped him today. There will be no criticism. But the problem came because Swami said, I am God. How can you be God? Jesus Christ said, I am the messenger of God, people flocked. He said, I am the son of God, even more came. He said, I and my Father are one. They crucified him. That is an inconvenient truth we don't want. We want to be happy in our own little ego bubble doing ourselves. When Swami first said, I am God, I am Sai Baba, they tonsured his head, cut crosses and put lime juice on it. That is what you get when you speak the inconvenient truth. But it is the truth. It is the truth. Suppose somebody says, you taste the sugar. And when you taste the sugar, they tell, okay, what is the taste? It is sweet. Now listen, our scientists have done research. It is sour actually. Okay, your scientists must have done research, but it is sweet. Shut up, it is sour. You better accept it is sour. I can't accept. It is sweet. If you don't tell it is sour, like Hindi movie style, Bollywood style, see the wife will be tied leather to the rope. Glamour. Accept it is sour. Okay. It is sour. Why? Now, why do you accept an untruth? Because here you feel, oh, that's my wife, that's my child, that's my father. Nothing should happen to them, so I will accept. Attachment. Why in the world we find it hard to accept the truth? Attachment. Even if not to people, we may be leading a solitary life, our own body attachment. And that Swami has been trying to demolish again and again. That's why when I was told, when I asked what is the theme, I was so thrilled. The theme of the Satsang is Sakshatkara. Sakshatkara means that only. To see God. To see God, it doesn't mean smoke comes and blue light is there and then the Lord with 100 hands comes. That is not Sakshatkara, that is one form of Sakshatkara. The Atma Sakshatkara that Swami speaks. It was the 20th of March 2011. It is vividly impressed in my mind. I just don't know how to say that because On that day, after Samasta Loka, when they tell Jai Bolo Bhagawan Sri Sathya Sai Baba Ji ki Jai, Swami usually raises his hand and turns all around, blesses everybody. Ladies side to gent side, pan. That day, well, it's historic, momentous, everyone knows. Swami, instead of blessing, he put his hands. And that was March 20th, after the 3 more darshan Swami gave. But whenever I think of that March 20th episode, just imagine putting ourselves in Swami's position. Let us do once what Swami did all his life. All his life, Swami, physical life I mean. All his physical life, Swami put himself in our position. He emoted with us, he felt our joys, he felt our pain. For once, let us be in Swami's. Let us put ourselves. You know that you have decided that this is the time to leave. And then, what is the message that you have tried all your life? Just that one message. That all are embodiments of love, all are embodiments of God, you are divine. And see my life. See my life. See Swami's life. He was not born to influential and rich parents. Imagine he was the avatar, he could choose. He could choose to be born in America as the President of America. So easy to change the world, right? That's what we think foolishly. Because we think power, influence, money, these are what are needed to change the world. When I had done a question and answer with the youth, selecting that if you had to transform the world, what kind of a birth? Everyone wants to take birth in the Sathya Yuga when the world has not yet got spoiled. It's easier to maintain rather than transform. Be born with a lot of gold, born as a king or a queen, so it's easy to transform. This is what any intelligent person says. But you know what God actually chose? He chose the worst of times, in between 2 world wars. Wartime, nobody listens to spirituality. Go and give spirituality, they'll thrash you back. They're fighting there for life. Swami chose that time. And he chose a family which could not afford him 2 square meals a day. Instead of a button, he would have a pin. He had 1 pair of clothes which he would wrap a towel around, wash and wait for it to dry. You think, oh God, Swami, how much avataric time you spent in waiting for clothes to dry? Putting coal embers in a metal pot and ironing his clothes. Why, Swami? Why all this? What was the money he had? What was the status? His father was a shopkeeper. Then why? When all of us feel that such a birth can be fantastic, why did God choose such a birth? Because Swami shows us that once you realize your inherent nature of divinity, that you are pure love, that you are selflessness, you need nothing else. So that in future when somebody says, see what Swami has done, why don't we do? You tell, Swami is God. Swami has money. Boss, I started off with nothing. I had nothing. And everything came. Now people speak about how much money was found there, how much money Swami has. Does anybody have an idea of how much? If Swami had just said give, the whole world would have come up. In spite of Swami telling don't give, it poured. And that is the life he is presenting. He is telling, I came and gave pure love and selflessness, and I told everybody, don't give me anything, don't give me anything, don't give me anything. This hand only gives, this hand never receives. And this is what I landed up with. You've seen the working model there. And yet, you tell, I won't have love, I won't have selflessness, I want money, I want career, I want this. Don't. The more you chase, the further it goes. Swami says shadow, the world is like a shadow. You chase it, it will keep going away from you. Just stop. Turn towards light, which is God, and walk. Shadow will shut up and follow you. And that has been Swami's message. That is Swami's message. His vision, his mission has been only that. Atma Sakshatkara. So that we see the Atma Rama within us. ATMA Atma Rama. Rama Ramyate iti Rama, one that attracts. Swami wants us to be attracted by the inner world, the Atma. Sadly today, the world instead of ATMA, we are attracted only with ATM. The last A is forgotten. Our Rama, our Ramyate, our attraction is towards ATM. We feel that is it. That is everything in the world. Swami used to, I feel that's why everything is made as a model. I used to wonder, why is it that some of the most influential, powerful, rich people are made to sit in the portico there right in front. And I feel Swami is showing it as a model. You know this person? He rules a country. You know this person? He can buy 3 countries. And yet you know what they have come to me? Not to give. They have come to ask from me. And you want to be like this? I feel that was like a model that was shown to the whole world. So when you sit there and write a letter, Swami, I am this job, let me get, just think where that job is going to lead you. It may lead you to 1/10 of the position this person is in. And at the end, what he is asking from me? Why don't you see and ask that directly from me? Why do you think, we always do this. We think that God can take care of the world, but when it comes to me, I decide better. Something happens, then no, Swami is very taking care. But something happens to me, Swami, please, Swami, this final interview, let me clear it, please. Don't you believe, Swami, world and all you will take care, but mine, no, you just listen to me. This part you listen. We feel like that God is wise enough to take care of the entire universe. But when it comes to me, better listen to me. Even in another 2 days' time, we will be celebrating Sri Ramanavami. Everything, every action of Swami we see like this is based on this truth that all are divine. In fact, I remember it's not that I remember, I recently worked on it. We have made an audio CD, and therefore I know. During 1975, Bhagawan's Golden Jubilee birthday, what an amazing birthday it was. If you just see the number of things that happened, it was during that time that the Gokulam was inaugurated, a new building for Ishwarama school was inaugurated, the Sarvadharma pillar was inaugurated, the Gopuram gate was inaugurated, one world conference, second world conference was held during that time, a Balvikas Guru's conference was held during that time, a Sevadal conference was held during that time. Swami gave darshan from the helicopter. Oh my God, in 10 days, what happened? The launch pad it was. During that world conference, it's so memorable because Swami tells a poem, not a poem, a stanza that we are very familiar with. There's only one language, the language of the heart. There's only one religion, the religion of love. There's only one caste, the caste of humanity. There's only one God, He is omnipresent. He is Sathya. And the whole audience claps. And then Swami puts his hand and says, you are all clapping because you are thinking Sathya is this 5 foot 2 inches frame. But Swami says, Satya Shai, one who rests on truth, He is the only God. Truth is the only God. And what is this truth? What is meant by this truth? Now again, Swami so beautifully says, it is so important because in that discourse, Swami gives his vision and mission for the Sathya Sai organization. He says, what is this truth? He says, see, when you are sitting in a car, you feel you are moving. When you sit in a cart, you feel you are moving. When you stand on the ground, you feel that you are not moving. You are stationary. But any scientist will tell you that when you are standing on the ground, you are actually traveling at so many thousand miles per hour because that is the speed at which the earth rotates around its own axis. And yet, the same scientist will tell you that you are stationary and you are not moving. Why? Because what appears to be the truth and what is the truth are different. Swami says then, you see this wall, it's a solid wall. You say it's a solid wall because you can't see what is on the other side. But then Swami says, do you know the wall is made up of atoms? Atoms are made up of electrons, protons. And then I was just thinking, 1975, a lot of people from the neighboring villages have come. They have not studied all this Bohr structure of atom and electron, proton and all that. So Swami explains to them, he says, see, in the sky how you see stars. Like that in the atom there are these particles. Rest of it is all empty space. So 98% of atom is empty space. And this wall is made up only of atoms, which means it is empty space. In spite of knowing this, the scientists will call it a solid wall. If it is 98% emptiness, is it solid or it is emptiness? But every scientist will call it solid wall. Why? Because what appears to be the truth and what is the truth are different. In this auditorium, Swami says, Purnachandra, people from 45 countries have gathered here. That time it was 45, today it's 145. 45 countries people have gathered here. All of you are one. And immediately, hey, how I can be one? See, I've got a long nose, he's long hair. No. It appears so different, but why is it? Because what appears to be the truth and what is the truth are different. It appears that all are different, but what is the truth is, we are all one. Just like it appears to be a solid wall, it appears that you are stationary when you are standing on the ground. So this is the truth. And anyone who recognizes this truth, he alone is God. That's why I say Sathya Shai is God. And in order to make people understand this truth, I am setting up the Sathya Sai Seva organization. It is with this objective that the Sathya Sai Seva organization was set up. I mean, when you listen to that, everything that Swami has done, everything that Swami does is permeated with this truth that all are divine. All are divine. It's just that I know it, you don't know it. Even when Swami, I'm telling this because day after is Ramanavami. When Bhagawan wrote the Ramakatha Rasavahini, he has written it so beautifully. Wow. If anybody has not read it, please do read it. It's so beautiful. Because Valmiki Ramayana is the story of how a man will write about a great man. Because for Valmiki, Rama was a great man. That is how the Valmiki Ramayana is written. You read the Tulsi Ramayana, it's a different flavor. Because this is how a devotee will write about God. Tulsidas puts in so many things which Valmiki has not put in. Because why? Because this is a devotee writing about God. You read Ramakatha Rasavahini, unbelievable and amazing details, because it's an autobiography. When somebody pointed out, Swami, it is not there in Valmiki Ramayana, Swami said, what can tell? What he knows? My life, I am telling you now. My life it is, I am writing, I am telling you. This is what happened. Such beautiful things Swami reveals in Ramakatha Rasavahini. And it is not as if Swami has written the Ramakatha Rasavahini just to say that, my life seems my grand life. No. The first chapter of the Ramakatha Rasavahini is, Swami says, Ramayana is important because it shows, it's a metaphor for human life, and he derives multiple meanings. First thing he says is Dasharatha. Dasharatha means, Ratha is chariot, Dasha is 10. A chariot pulled by 10 senses, the 5 karmendriyas and 5 jnanendriyas. They pull. Each one pulls in one side. All our senses. Swami says, he is symbolic. And Swami says, the 3 wives that he has, they are the 3 gunas. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And the 4 sons, they are the Purusharthas, the 4 objectives of life. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And Swami brings, see, Dharma is righteousness, Artha is wealth, Kama is desire, Moksha is liberation. And Swami so beautifully says, he says, you must get Artha in a dharmic manner, get wealth in a dharmic manner, and have Kama, that is desire for Moksha. Why? And Swami brings on the second interpretation from the Mahabharata. He says, from the Ramayana, he says, if you have Kama, you will lose Rama. If you have Rama, you should give up Kama. Swami says, see, Sita gave up. She gave up the kingdom, she could be desiring for the ultimate. And then, Swami even brings out another beautiful message. He says, the 3 demonic brothers, Ravana, Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana. He says, Kumbhakarna stands for tamas, absolute laziness and sloth. Ravana stands for rajas, vigorous activity. And Vibhishana is sattva. So we often, sattva is all good qualities, goodness. And Swami brings out such a deep meaning. We may not understand it. At least let us theoretically know it, because someday, like the seed, it will germinate in us. Swami says, kill the tamas. Kumbhakarna is killed. Kill that rajas. Transcend rajas. Because when Ravana was on his deathbed, he lamented, he repented and he said, I should have done so much good. I did so much bad. Now I am dying, I can't do anything. Swami says Ravana wanted to convert the whole ocean into sweet water. But anybody can enjoy. Hot summer day, just sip from the ocean. He wanted to build a ladder between heaven and earth so that anybody can go to heaven. But he didn't do. Because Swami says, whenever you get a good thought, immediately implement it. When you get a bad thought, just delay it. So, Rajas has to transform. Tamas has to be killed, Rajas has to transform, and then comes Sattva, Vibhishana. Swami says, you can't stop there. Because what Lakshmana said? Brother, that father, he drove us off from there. Look at Lanka. Wow, it's so fantastic. Why go and rule Ayodhya? Rule here only, no? Sattva, no? Vibhishana is there, it's a good kingdom. No. You have to go beyond the gunas. You have to transcend Sattva also. That is what Rama says. Janani janma bhumishcha svargadapi garyasi. Oh Lakshmana, just because some woman is beautiful, I won't make her my mother. My mother is my mother. Just because Lanka is having gold, it won't become my motherland. I have to go back to Ayodhya. It is so beautiful in another sense because, this same Lakshmana, just imagine, that is the power of Maya, they say. And Swami, in one more interpretation, Swami says, Sita is Brahma Jnana and Rama is the Jivatma. The Jivatma has to get Brahma Jnana to become Rama. And that is why Sita Rama Kalyana is so important. And that is the significance when we perform Sita Rama Kalyana. It is not a wedding between two silver idols. It is in order to remind us that the purpose of life is to get that ultimate knowledge where we are able to see each one as an embodiment of the divine. How do we do it practically? I will come to that very soon. But Swami says, even after getting that, even after that Kalyana happens, if desire comes in, separation. Again the soul has to search for Brahma Jnana. Search, and then same thing. Kill tamas, overcome rajas, go beyond sattva, and then you will get Brahma Jnana. Swami gives so many beautiful interpretations. Definitely read it. Read Ramkatha Rasamani. I feel maybe on this Ramanavami day we can start one chapter. So beautiful it is because it's an autobiographical account. You will never get an account like this where God is talking of his own story. So you see that Lakshmana, who at one point of time Swami says, when Rama says, this is not there in Valmiki Ramayana, but Swami says, Swami tells Lakshmana, you build one, Rama says to Lakshmana that you build one hut. Lakshmana says, brother, where should I build the hut? Anywhere you want, Lakshmana, just build it anywhere. He said, no, normal sentence. Swami, when we should do this? Any day you do. Oh, okay, Swami, fine. Normal sentence. No, Lakshmana stands crying there. What happened here? Oh, Lakshmana, what happened? I just told you build anywhere, no problem. Don't go so emotional. And Lakshmana says, Rama, you are telling me build wherever I want as if my want is different from what you want. Why are you doing like this, Rama? Please, whatever your desire is my desire. That Lakshmana in the end says, Rama, why don't you stay in Lanka only? Cool it is, nice. Vishwamitra comes and tells Dasharatha that send your two sons. We have to kill this Tataki, there is one demon who is haunting us. Dasharatha says, they are very, very sage, I will come if you want. Please, they are teenagers. They are little boys. They don't have any experience. They have shot only at bark of trees and practiced leather. They can't shoot demonesses and all. Vishwamitra says, Dasharatha, wait, you come here, I will give you an interview. You don't know who your children are. And he tells, who Rama is. And that Vishwamitra, when he takes Rama and Lakshmana, he says, listen, both of you do puja and come, I will give you one mantra so that you will be protected against the demons. But when Swami gives these examples, it's beautiful. Whenever I give, I feel what we talk about Lakshmana and, I remember this happened when Swami had gone to Harshi. There's this example that I love quoting, and even in that Bangalore, when in Vrindavan we had that One with Sai concert, I use this example of how Krishna and Arjuna are walking and Krishna says, that's a dove, he says, yes, it's a dove. He says, it's a pigeon, it's an eagle, he says, yes, Krishna, it's an eagle, it's a crow, it's a crow. And Swami says, look, that is the kind of bhakti that Arjuna had. So whenever I used to hear this, I used to think, what's so great, Swami? And if you tell me, I also agree. If you point that's an elephant, I say Swami, it's an elephant. Actually, I agree. So what is so great about this Arjuna? Because that is what I used to think anyway. Swami has decided to praise Arjuna, so he is praising Arjuna. This is how I used to think. I actually got a practical chance to be an Arjuna. And I came out in flop colors. In Harshi, Swami was viewing the photographs. Somebody, Swami just said he gave a chance to see. So on the laptop where I'm changing the photos and on the screen it's coming, Swami is seeing all the photos. One photo is the morning sun. It is rising so beautifully behind Swami's residence. So Swami's residence is full silhouetted, it's black. and the sun is one big orange ball. I loved that photo and I thought I should show it to Swami. Showed it to Swami. Swami looked and said, "Nice moon, no?" Swami told everyone. I said, "Swami, this is sun." One time, okay, it's mistake, I was not aware. Then Swami says, "Kadu Kadu, it is moon only." I said, "No, Swami, it is sun, Swami." Swami says, "See, it's so dark everywhere. Night time, so moon only." Now I was thinking how to tell Swami that Swami in photography we do exposure and we have exposed for the sun so other things come dark. No, Swami, see, moon is white, sun is orange, no, Swami. Here is a fellow who is talking to the person who has created that sun. Swami, it's sun on the orange, Swami, moon is white, no. Correct. Sun only, okay, whatever you say. And I just smiled. Later on I realized, I was thinking that what's so great in Arjuna, I also will tell whatever you say, Swami. I made Swami tell me whatever you say. Fine. That's the thing, When Swami says that God knows everything but behaves as if he knows nothing. That's what it is. Looking and telling, I think that is moon. What do you think? And man knows nothing but behaves as if he knows everything. Great joy, something to correct Swami only. Swami. I remember one bhajan singer, he was narrating this incident. Where, Swami one day is singing bhajan, Hari Bhajana Vina, after the discourse. Hari Bhajana Vina Sukha Shanti Nahi, Hari Nama Vina Ananda Nahi, Japa Dhyana Vina Samyog Nahi. Just like the Swami doesn't, the boy tells, Prabhu Darsha Vina. Prabhu Darsha Vina, Swami sings. Okay. And that boy feels happy. Next discourse, same thing. Next discourse, same thing. Finally, but you know what? Really, Swami should be grateful to me. If not for me, whole world will see that he doesn't know his own bhajan. I'm saving Swami actually. Not out of ego and pride and all that. He just felt, every time, somehow to do something, maybe let Swami write down and come. No, why he's forgetting this bhajan? Because, I relate with this because many times, I've seen Swami chant some Veda chanting is going and he chants. He chants amazingly and nothing happens because, Swami knows Vedas. But sometimes in Purusha Sukta, Swami Purusha Sukta, first thing they teach. Gana naam to Swami, Gana. He does and he looks and like, I made a mistake like that. Swami don't, if Swami don't make what others will, what devotees will think Swami, don't make mistake in Gana naam to. This is what foolishly we think. This boy when he was thinking, he says one day when he came, Swami asked him, "What bhajan are you singing?" So he told the bhajan that he was singing that day. So Swami said, "Sing once." So he's telling the boy kept the shruti there silently because before the bhajan that is. He closed his eyes. He's just not getting the bhajan. Swami tells him, "You told this bhajan." Tells him the bhajan. Suppose, I don't know what, I forgot the bhajan. Suppose it is Rama Kodanda Rama. Swami, Rama Kodanda Rama. Yes, Swami. Swami asks, "You want somebody to remind you?" Then Swami told him, "See Ra, if I forget, whole universe will collapse. Don't forget. Just a chance. It's just a chance. Just a chance so that you feel kinship with me. You can connect with me. We feel so nice when our parents take our help, when our children take our help, when our spouses take our help. That is what builds our connection. I need them, they need me. How beautiful we feel when Swami says, "You are my property, I need you." We feel so happy to clap because that builds the relationship. Swami doesn't need us actually. But he becomes a dependent. Just give me your hand, I'll walk. And we think that, wow, I am making Swami walk. That is Maya, the second part comes. But at the same time, because Swami has written it, I am narrating it. I am nobody to talk about Arjuna, Lakshmana, Vishwamitra. They're great. Once in a while they slipped. Once in a while I walk straight. Rest I'm slipping and falling. That's why what we do. When they slip, they do. When people of yore, they slip. 14 years they do penance. 20 years they do penance. What we do? When I slip, when I fall, lend me your hand. Swami, please, Swami, over. Next day it should be fine. On apology letter it should be fine. They do tapas for hundreds of years and get one darshan. We are daily getting darshan. And we think it's our birthright. What? Today we didn't come for darshan. I came from Bangalore all the way. You fool fellows walked to Dandakaranya and did for 14 years. I came from Vaikunta, 1 second I gave that, sir. Just because you came from Bangalore, you want me to give that. We feel like that. Come from Bangalore, Swami can't come from Yajur Mandir. I'm waiting for 2 hours, Swami can't come and give me darshan. Bangalore, I waited 200 lifetimes for you. I waited for you to come here. You can't wait 2 hours for me. This Maya is something that we have to keep in mind. And what is this Maya? Maya is nothing but wrong identification. Identifying ourselves with our body. And why Swami begins, Swami begins his discourse on the highest note, which we feel we don't understand. And as the discourse progresses, you see, Swami will distill that. And he will give it in practical terms. That's why, most often you'll see in the end, he'll tell like this only. See, whether you understand or not, do bhajans, do namasmarana. See, that is all seed. When the time is right, it'll come. The tree will grow. But till then, do seva, do bhajans. But we know we won't understand that. We'll say, why Swami? Why I don't like this. Why I should do this? And we find convenient philosophies. Just like the answers that are given to Swami, no? But Swami speaks of Namasmarana, he speaks of it as the ultimate. Swami speaks of Seva and he speaks of it as the ultimate. Swami speaks of Jnana Marga and speaks of it as the ultimate. What is Swami's idea? That if you like Jnana Marga, follow. That is also leading you to the same ultimate. If you like Bhakti Marga, follow. That will lead you to the ultimate. But what we do? When I am forced to do Bhakti Marga, I tell bhajan and all I don't attend. I just read Swami's discourse. When Swami's discourse is coming on, after 15 minutes, enough, okay, fine. I have to go for work. Swami said work is worship. Convenient philosophy. Convenient philosophy. Do I spend 15 minutes a day for God? I'm very busy, yaar. Yesterday only that manager came. Yesterday only that happened. Just empathize and just put yourself in Swami's position. Swami got accident. Swami, please come. I want actually, please, one more is calling. I'll come after half an hour. Our life will end there. When we call, we want him immediately. 15 minutes a day we don't have for him. Swami tells the Chinnakatha of a doctor who used to pray 15 minutes a day. One ultra intelligent super guy comes and tells him, you see, you are praying 15 minutes every day. Okay, that means it's about 15 into 7 minutes every week. These many minutes every month. These many minutes every year. Almost 2.5 years of your life. Just imagine, if God is not there, you have wasted solid 2.5 years of your life. The doctor says, that's a risk I am ready to take. Just imagine if God is there, you have wasted your whole life. And the advantage we all have is that we know for sure దేవుడు ఉన్నాడు. God is there. How much more foolish we are. At least he had ignorance. Ignorance is bliss. He didn't know. He was in doubt whether God exists or not. When we know for sure God exists and God is the ultimate, should we not spend major part of the day for him? And this is where I am coming on to the practical aspect. Practically they say, what do you want me to do? You are cool. You are at Radio Sai. You are seeing Swami's videos. You are listening to his discourse. You are writing about Swami. Because you are getting paid for that, okay? If I get paid, I also do. We are doing seva. Extra time I am coming and doing. So you don't come and talk spend full day for God. You are spending full day for God because you are getting paid for it. Correct? It is not as if full day you stop going to office and when you have to make a presentation you sing Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's not like that. How do we practice this seeing God in everyone, being spiritual every moment of our lives? And for this, Swami has given us the example of a drama or of a movie, whatever, Just take this example. For example, if we take a movie, I always take this example hoping that it is the most popular one. Suppose we take Sholay. In Sholay we have Amitabh Bachchan as the hero, Amjad Khan as the villain, and there's that scene where Amjad Khan mouths angry words, Amitabh Bachchan gives back angry words, punches him, boxes him, And we all feel happy. Yes, hit him, he's a villain, box him, bash him up. All of us feel that, And when Amitabh Bachchan is undergoing torture, his wife or sister or mother are tied up there, sort of film, just gone. Why Sholay? Now Mahabharata is coming, and currently the episodes going on TV, I think Star Plus, is about the game of dice. Yesterday was Draupadi's disrobing. Waiting, want to see that Duryodhana's thigh is getting shattered. Want to smash it. And when Bhima gets up and tells, you Duryodhana, I will shatter your limbs. Until then I won't rest. Yes, Bhima, yes. We are feeling that. But you know what? When the director there says cut, Bhima doesn't go and shatter Duryodhana's thighs. They sit together and have Belpuri and tea together. Bhima doesn't have any anger on Duryodhana. Duryodhana doesn't hate Bhima there. They're just actors, they know. We are actors, we have been given the role. I am doing it itself. Same way, Amitabh Bachchan and Amjad Khan, they'll sit together. And they will speak normally, nicely. We still carry. After putting also, Monday we have to see it. Monday, no, have to see it because in life also, when they say see God in everyone, it doesn't mean that when you go in an auto, you get down and the auto driver says 100 rupees. Swami, yes Swami, why 100? Swami, I'll give 200 to you. Then the movie goes flop. If Amitabh Bachchan says, you may scold me, I know in your heart actually you are just acting, I know. You are truly, I know actually you are my friend only. We are the same, we are just actors. So no problem. Yeah, or flop. Nobody will go for the movie. For the movie to be fun and nice, yes, they have to act that role. But even when Amitabh Bachchan is boxing and bashing him up, he has no anger in his heart. He is just putting it on as an act. Exactly what Swami does. When he comes and says, very good boy, don't grow horns. He's doing it because that's the script. When he comes and says, bad boy, Swami is not angry. It's not angry. For the success of the movie, of each one of our lives, that is needed. That is why. That is why, Swami had told in a discourse once that when it rains, sometimes hailstones fall. The hailstones, when they fall on the body, it pains. But that hailstone is also water. Same way, when I smile and when I'm angry, it's like hailstone. That's also my love only in another form. That's all. And really, that is what Swami does. He has no anger because you see, just see in your own life, suppose somebody has angered you so much, you start shouting on them. Suppose you are a boss of a company and you are wild and you shout on that employee, send him out, call up and tell, hello, yeah, cancel all my appointments, I'm just going home. It's done. That's done. But no. Swami will scold a person and next moment he'll be showering his love. I've seen that happen to me only. Once he came and told, Chee! Like a dog and pig, you keep running up and down. Sit down. I sat down and he blessed. All the Buddhist devotees who were sitting behind, blessed them. In fact, this is a long story, I won't go into it. It happened in Vrindavan and Swami was actually very far. And he had seen me, I had done a mistake. So Swami turned from lady side, walked all the way to gent side. And all the time he's smiling and calm. Just tells me, get up. Everyone sees that Swami making me get up. Then come close to me and he says, this is what you're doing? Scolds, sit down. Even as I'm sitting down, his face is smiles. He goes. I mean, just imagine, so thorough is his acting. But after he goes, those Nepali devotees, they're feeling I'm some prahlada that God came for me all the way. They don't know that I have received the lashing of my life over there. But that is what is Swami. Can we do that? That is what is meant by seeing God in all. Just doing it for the role. So next time when I'm paying the auto driver, when he's telling 200 rupees instead of 100 rupees, I tell him, hey, don't try to cheat me, I'll take you to the police. But when I'm telling that in my heart, there's no anger on it. I'm doing it because it's my role. Can I keep my emotion out? Because once in front of Swami we had done this small street play, like a street play it was, where the movie is going on, the father says to the son, please don't go, don't leave me and don't leave the country, please be with me. The son says, no father, I have to go. Father, even if you bless or don't bless, I don't know, I have made my decision, I'm going. He picks up his bag and walks out. And the father said, please, dude, cut. Okay, great Sharma. You did a great role. No, my son has gone. What a progress. Yeah, over. Scene is over now. My life is over. Son has gone. We all feel how foolish he is. Over it is. Same way God feels about us when we continue. We have the hangover because we are carrying it with us. When I am happy with somebody, I go and tell, oh, what do you want? You want 100 rupees? Take 300, have fun, go. Why simply give him 300? Yeah? Because you are happy over here for something else. Don't do it as a role. And though it seems funny now, it's very, very tough. But that is the secret of practically being able to see God in all. See God in all doesn't mean do Pada Puja to whomever you come across. See God in all means always keep in mind the truth that everybody is just actors playing out the role. I am also playing out my role, so let me play out my role to the perfection. And this is where, Seva comes. Seva comes so helpful. Service. When we see why Swami has started a karma wing, you see Swami has used all. Bhajan singing you do. Karma you do. At the same time, discourses you listen. Because, people think, is Bhakti Marga? I am Bhakti Marga. I don't, karma and all that. I can't come for Seva. Please. I am Bhajan singer. I will go daily and sing Bhajan, that's all. And a person who is doing, say, Bhajan and all useless. These Bhajan fellows, they simply sing and they think the big thing they are doing. We are the ones who cleaned up slums. We are the ones who are teaching them how to do tailoring. We are the ones who do this. These Bhajan singers who do whatever they want to do. And that fellow keeps reading Swami's book. Some big Advaita he gives. Just shut up and come and work. Because we think Karma Marga, Bhakti Marga, Jnana Marga are three different paths to God. But the reality is, these are like the three wheels of an auto rickshaw. One wheel is also gone, it goes, the auto rickshaw collapses. Just imagine Adi Shankara, anybody will tell he is a Jnana Margi. He is an Advaitin, the greatest Jnani the world has ever produced. Go and just Google and see the number of slokams and ashtakams and stotrams that he has written. Starting from Udakarata Modakam. How many he has composed? Shankaracharya. And if you tell Mirabai was devotion, you think Mirabai didn't have jnana? You think Mother Teresa didn't have wisdom? These three are integrated, all three. That is why Swami has introduced all three. And if we see the 9-point code of conduct that Swami has introduced for every devotee, you will see almost 3 points are bhakti, 3 points are jnana, 3 points are karma. Because all three have to move. Of course, you are allowed your preference. Adi Shankaracharya said, God, my preference is jnana. Yes. So in your auto rickshaw, Adi Shankara, jnana marga will be front tire. But bhakti, karma are needed in the background. So also, if you choose to be a bhajan singer, yes, in your auto rickshaw, bhakti marga is front tire. Karma and jnana have to go on. You have to read Swami's discourses. You have to engage in service. Drop anyone in your auto rickshaw overturns. We can't say. And I came to this because when we do service, it helps us to see God in everyone. I may be a big professor in my university. I may hold a big position. But here I am being made to serve water. And by mistake when I spill outside, that person says, hey, you're blind or what? At that time, you feel, but you don't know what, okay? Your whole ancestral property I can buy with my 2 months salary, you just shut up. Over. Seva is gone. Because you forgot your role. Because at that time your role is water server, his role is to eat. Don't. That is why Seva gives us an opportunity to evolve. Okay. Many times I have seen this sometimes. You'll be walking the Seva will tell. I remember one day I was feeling so upset. I had an internal fight with Swami. I was feeling so upset. And I just felt, Swami, what? Don't listen to me only. I'm going to get up and go. I don't want. So in middle of the bhajan, first bhajan I got over. I was sitting outside, Swami was in the bhajan hall. First bhajan was getting over. I got up, started walking out. Simply walking out of the gate. Say, Sai Ram, what are stopping me here? People who come in, you stop. People are going out, you leave them. Yeah, Sai Ram. Sai Ram, you're going back? Yeah. Why? Hey, I'm so irritated. What are you doing? I'm going. No, students are supposed to sit for full bhajan, no? Yeah, you're not my teacher, you're not my father. I'm not telling all this, I'm thinking all this. No, really, why don't you maybe just sit for one bhajan? I'll get you some water. No, later I came to know this person is a psychiatrist. Seeing me, he made out that something is upset. He wants to calm me. He's a big, very well-known practicing guy. He told me later on. What do you think I am? No, but see his humility, he taught me such a lesson that day. The next bhajan was one of my all-time favorites. Sai Ram, Sai Sham, Mere Sai Ram. And as that bhajan started, I cried out because it brought out those feelings, you know. That is another thing I was speaking just now to the bhajan singers. Swami says, you singers are like pipes through which everybody pours in their feelings. So that is why it is so important for every bhajan singer to do sadhana, personal sadhana. Because your pipe has to be clean. How many people when they hear and tell, God will bless you so much because you gave 100 people a chance to express their devotion towards Swami. That is a great seva. And in order for you to do that, you have to be personally evolved. And for that, you have to do seva, you have to study Swami's discourses, you have to get along the path. So nobody is spared from personal sadhana. And personal sadhana is a combination of all three. Bhakti, Jnana, Karma. We cannot give up one. We can't, don't give an excuse of busy schedule, find it. Because it's for our own good. When I have a heart attack, I won't tell that, tomorrow my presentation is due. So please, can you postpone surgery for day after? When we do that for the physical heart, why do we neglect the spiritual heart? It is for the spiritual heart that Swami has kept giving us this message. Man mein Ram, haath mein kaam. And time is almost running, so I'll just, one beautiful thing Swami told to one of my classmates. He had called him for an interview, and in that interview, Swami was telling him, when you attend a wedding, the first people to be fed are the guests. Correct? If then food remains, if after the guests are fed, you feed your own family. Then, if food is remaining, what do? You call all the workers and helpers who have helped in the wedding and you give them food. Even after that, if food remains, what do? You go and offer your love to everybody, your friends, then to your family, then to everything, and everybody rejects and throws you out. Finally, you come and offer it to me. But I'm happy. The dog and crow eats, no? She also eat happy. And then Swami, told him something very poignant and very powerful. Swami said, just remember, if you have offered your love to me in your youth, if you have offered your youth to God, you will have the right to demand from God any time in your life. Because the best part of your life you have given it to God, and I will have to come to you during rest any time in your life. Swami told that to him. And many times when I have quoted this example, people say that, oh God, you should have told this 20 years back. My youth has gone away. No problem. You have got this wisdom, share it to the youth. Share it. Once, relating this because there's Professor Bhagya, he teaches in the department of MBA. He had phenomenal experiences before he came to Prashantilyam and settled. He came to Prashantilyam because he said, enough. I have realized that this whole world is useless. I'm going to give up. I'll come, I want only Swami. And he came and Swami told you, be a teacher, teach MBA. He began and he has to update himself, he has to teach. He said, Swami, I came all the way from there leaving everything. You are putting me back on this. So when he got an interview, he told Swami. He said, Swami, see Swami, I didn't come for all these useless things, don't give me that. I came for you, Swami. I don't want these worldly things. Please give me spiritual life. Swami told him, Bhagya, if you separate things as worldly and spiritual, in 1,000 lifetimes I won't give you what you want. Bhagya sir says he got stunned because first of all Swami said in 1,000 lifetimes. So before that I had heard Swami said that 83 lakh, 84 lakh you finish and become human. 1,000 human lifetimes is 84 lakh into forget it, goes into millions. And then you know what Swami said? Swami didn't tell that you won't get. Swami said I won't give. Oh my God, this is the sanctioning authority. This is the sanctioning authority. If he's happy, I remember to one student, he was doing very, very, very bad. That student is, he's still, won't name him again, doing very bad academically. His parents told Swami, Swami, what this boy, Swami? Nothing is good for nothing. What will do? He'll pass out of your thing. And Swami, all the time he's doing only dramas and this thing. He's doing only that, Swami, he's not studying. What will happen to him, Swami? Swami told the parents, you know how much Ananda he has given Swami through the drama? You don't worry. Very well posted today. Very well earning, very well. No problems in life. Because Swami is the sanctioning authority. And the beauty is, Swami has come and told us, Bangaru, this makes me happy, you do it. Bangaru, this makes me happy, you do it. Swami once told one teacher, you know why I tell my students to do prasadam serving? Because sometime later in their life, when they need my help, I will look back and say, yes, they did this. Swami's love is such. Even if we are not ready to do, he gives us chances to do, chances to serve, so that earn. Because God is a multiplier. I will multiply your punya 1,000 times. But if your punya is zero, even if I multiply 1,000,000 times, it will remain zero only. Come on, do something. Do something. In fact, I used to think that is the reason why somebody gets, you think, what man, this fellow did so much punya, or what, he got 20 interviews, I didn't get even one interview. I feel maybe he did only 2 punyas, maybe I did only 1 punya. But Swami multiplied it with 1 billion. Now I am 1 billion, he is 2 billion. Oh my God, that much extra punya. Because God is a supreme multiplying factor. And in fact, Swami had told Chiranjeevi Rao sir that in Prashanti Nilayam, in God's presence, when you know with the awareness of God and you do good, in God's presence, not in Prashanti Nilayam, in God's presence, when you do one good, you get 100 times the benefit. But remember, in God's presence, if you manage to do bad, you will get 100 times negative also. Be careful, because God is a multiplier. Swami told Bhagya sir that only that. So don't separate things like this. Go, fill my boys with love for me. I will take care of your whatever. Don't worry. So there's nothing to feel that, I am late now. My youth is gone. No need. There are so many youth. In India, if we see statistically, youth is the greatest number. Can I inspire the youth to tell, if needed, let them use my own life as an example, please. I have been foolish. So you don't be like that. And speaking is not enough, There's one small, you can just try it out. I have tried it out so many times with great success. So please be ready to participate with my whims and fancies. For the next 2 minutes, whatever it is.